Now, don't get me wrong. I believe that we're going to be the #1 news network in the whole country, not just online, not just YouTube, but the entire country. And at that point, I hope that we'll make a lot of money.
And it doesn't matter how many times I'm open and honest about why I changed my mind on a few issues or why I've matured when it comes to certain areas of politics. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People just want to sum it up as, oh, it's a grift. It's a lazy way of refusing to address the substance of what I'm saying, and it's pathetic. I can't stand it.
You should probably go on with Silly and Billy soon.
Who cares?
And no, I know, but it'll be great because they're like, oh my God, you lie about her, we lie about her. Cool, all right. So, and then they'll become like right wingers to spite you.
Maybe,
probably.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So look, back to the other things.
Look, dude, every accusation is a confession, guys. Every accusation is a confession.
Anyway, let's get into this, not AOC, let's get into this TYT clip. So we talked about the Laura Loomer thing yesterday on the show. We talked about Laura Loomer, who called out Anna Kasparian on Twitter, called her out as the political opportunist that she 100% is. And you guys know that we basically never agree with anything Laura Loomer said. But I do kind of respect Laura Loomer for being like, yeah, this is total BS, and anyone who believes it is a complete mark. You guys are really just gonna buy this complete charade? Are you kidding me?
Broken clocks are right twice a day.
Yep. But Anna decided to set the record straight on the Young Turks. This is a very funny segment where at times she almost seems unwilling to properly defend herself from the criticism being offered by Laura Loomer. This is really awkward. She kind of gets her mojo later in the segment, but tell me if you agree. She seems downright flustered at first.
My heart's beating out of my chest, Gavin. It's kind of like when you go to the movies and you're really ready to watch like, something like The Room for the first time, and it's got a horrible reputation for being like just so bad you can't take your eyes off it. That's how I'm feeling right now. I got the butterflies in my rum tum tum, and I'm ready to go. So shall we get on with it?
Absolutely. Let's take a look.
I got to know Jeff before I knew what his politics were. Incredibly kind guy. He helps everyone in this building with anything they might need. And so that woke me up to, wait a minute, not all Trump supporters are like dangerous, evil individuals. And yes, it was stupid that I thought that to begin with. Like, I'm embarrassed admitting that, but it's just how I believed. So over the weekend, that brief clip from my appearance on the Modern Wisdom podcast started making its rounds on social media, even though my interview on that podcast was from literally weeks ago. And somehow it has upset some people, including, the fine people over there like Laura Loomer. So randomly out of nowhere, she attacked me over what I had to say, which I thought was fascinating. We're gonna get to her comments in just a minute, but here is more context from what I was saying while on the Modern Wisdom podcast. Take a look. And so I'm like trying to get his bicycle like up the stairs, and all of a sudden this man stops me. His name's Jeff, and he's like, hey, let me help you out with that. And he starts helping me out. He stopped everything he was doing to help me out. And then Jeff and I became very close. One of my neighbors who I really like, he was my favorite person in the entire building. And years go by. One day we're in an HOA meeting, homeowners association, and one of the people living in the building said something about Trump that was negative. I don't remember what it is. And Jeff whispers in my ear, oh, she's gonna start trashing Trump. I'm out of here. And it hit me that he's a Trump supporter. We had never talked about politics before. That woke me up to, wait a minute, not all Trump supporters are like dangerous, evil individuals. And yes, it was stupid that I thought that to begin with.
And the TLDR from my take from yesterday was that if that is how dumb you are and that is how unsophisticated your political analysis is, after 8 years, it took you 8 years to find another human being that you could connect with that had different politics than you. Are you shitting me? That's how we all know it's a lie, that you're either so disingenuous or you created such a bubble or you're just incapable of deep thought. Okay, you don't need to be in a position where you're giving people political analysis. You don't need to be a pundit. You don't need to be engaging in front of a microphone. Okay, you're welcome to run your mouth at the local cocktail bar, okay, or even outside on a street corner. But when it comes to doing this at a high proficient level, it's not for you, Anna.
and something was telling me you need to scratch beneath the surface a little more because you don't have a realistic view of what's going on here. Okay, so that clip offended Laura Loomer, who's a massive Trump supporter, as we all know. And so she takes to X and writes this lengthy post. I'll get into it. So she writes, Anna is a malicious and pathological liar who has spent years with her co-host Cenk Uygur lying about and trying to cancel every outspoken Trump supporter, myself included. She has spread delusional lies about Trump, but now in a low-cut top, you literally can't see what I'm wearing, but okay. Low-cut top and a face full of makeup. She wants to tell some make-believe story about a guy named Jeff who all of a sudden made her realize that 80 million people are all unique individuals who have their own personalities and not all of them are Nazis. The point of what I was saying was I was wrong to lump in all Trump supporters as the same type of person. And I came to this realization and I'm embarrassed by what I previously thought of Trump supporters as like some monolith. But okay, I think you missed the point. Okay. Then she writes, come on, nobody is buying this garbage. Also, Anna's trying to remain relevant.
Also, how did Laura Loomer even miss the point? Can we go back real quick and acknowledge the fact that Anna tries to correct the record by basically just affirming exactly what Laura said about her?
The point of what I was saying was I was wrong to lump in all Trump supporters as the same type of person. And I came to this realization and I'm embarrassed by what I previously thought of Trump supporters as like some monolith.
So that's exactly what Laura Loomer said, right?
Yeah.
That like you didn't even really disagree with the conclusion she came to. You basically were just like, yep. And I think you misunderstood me. What happened was exactly what you said just happened.
But okay, I think you missed the point. Okay. Then she writes, come on, nobody is buying this garbage. Anna is trying to remain relevant in the changing media landscape after she has made serious cash bashing and defaming people like me who actually busted my ass to help Trump get elected. Okay, Laura. There's more, okay. She's a full-blown liar and we need to reject people like this who spent years damaging our biggest fighters only to pretend like they don't think Trump is so bad after all. Anyone falling for this is stupid. You don't get to engage in cancel culture for 9 years, then get a free pass for being a raging lunatic. Okay, I mainly want to focus on the third graphic here, right? Because she says that I'm trying to remain relevant in the changing media landscape after making serious cash bashing like Trump supporters like her. Okay, I never made serious cash. I work at the Young Turks, okay?
Sorry.
Number two.
What? Are you kidding me, bro? The other day, Anna said that we were profiting. She was like, and they make all this money profiting off of trashing us.
Yeah.
So you guys are poor and don't make any money, but we are raking it in?
But someone.
It doesn't matter. People make money off of their garbage videos, constantly attacking us, taking us out of context, misrepresenting where I stand on issues. Because hey, it's a great way of grifting and making money off of attacking us for doing absolutely nothing wrong.
For criticizing you? What the hell? Do you really think that she believes that we're making more money than her and Cenk? That's crazy, because she was just shitting on us for profiting to a massive degree, which we're not, off of criticizing TYT, but they're not making anything. What is this? This is an actual corporation with like 75 employees. Of course, they're making infinitely more money than we are.
And I am about to go train a new server named Ellie, who is a Zoomer with blonde hair and mom jeans, who I really like. And we're going to spend 8 hours together learning how to serve and remember the tables at Afterward Tavern and Shelves, okay? That's what I'm doing after I'm done rolling in the dough, after I'm done going for a swim, Scrooge McDuck style, in all of our coins that I've been harboring in my basement.
What does she think is happening right now? Like, does she think that I'm trying to be accepted into the MAGA world and I'm trying to find a position or get named for a position in Trump's administration? I'm still, policy-wise, overwhelmingly left-wing. The only thing that's changed is that, well, first of all, we've always been critical of the Democratic Party. It's just that people are finally noticing that. But more importantly, yes, I changed my mind on like a handful of policies, including policies pertaining to crime, some extent on immigration policy, a few things that I've talked open and honestly about.
A few things, trans people, a bunch of other shit.
All of the hot right-wing culture war talking points I've been convinced of. I was a lefty when it came to, supporting the least of us and the most vulnerable of us. And then I was like, actually, you know what? Fuck all those people. Let's sell them out and, clean up the streets a little bit, huh? Let's lock them up.
But I'm still left-wing economically. Who does that sound like? Who does that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate to go there, but I abandoned all my social progressive values. I'm now a total bigoted piece of shit. But trust me, I'm still a socialist when it comes to the economy. Never heard that before.
Oh yeah, I
Never
love
heard
Donald
that
Trump's personality.
Yeah. Totally outrageous. Also, stop this gaslighting. What is she backtracking now because her grift isn't working out? She's like, "Oh, I haven't changed at all. I haven't changed at all." You literally did this like a month ago. Why I left the left with freaking Jillian Michaels, and now you want to turn around and gaslight people and shame people that have taken note, that have acknowledged the fact that you've changed. You literally wrote a Substack article, your first ever, on your stupid page called, "Yeah, I've changed. You're right." Wasn't that what it was called? It was called like, "I've changed.
You're right. I've changed."
Yeah. On your new Substack called Unaligned, you publish videos like this, proudly emblazoned with the titles, "Why I Left the Left." I mean, this is absolute insanity. And now you want to turn around and gaslight everyone, including actual Republicans, including actual right-wingers. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Do you want to keep watching the Anna Kasparian clip?
Oh yeah, we haven't even got to the silly and Billy
on the show, but economically speaking, I'm very much left-wing and have been critical of the Democratic Party for their economic policies being too pro-corporate. And who am I making money off of? I'm here at the Young Turks. I've been at the Young Turks for 18 years. And by the way, this is a comment not only to Laura Loomer, but also to the left who engage in the purity stuff and don't like the fact that in the 18 years I've been here, yeah, I've changed my mind on a few issues.
That was from 3 years ago, Anna. Don't act like it was 18 years ago, okay?
And they also don't like this. Look, I see ordinary Americans as civilians, okay? I see them.
You do not know shit about ordinary Americans compared to me and Gavin. We live in Kansas City, Missouri, and we actually go out in public and talk to people.
As people who have the right to practice, their own beliefs, to have their own opinions. And I am done with demonizing people based on how they vote. How they vote or the reasons why they vote the way they do is complicated, right? So for me to demonize them and to be hateful and divisive toward them doesn't really make sense. I have changed the way that I talk about people, ordinary people, and the way that I approach ordinary people that I disagree with because I want to understand them. And I see them as my fellow Americans regardless of what their political ideology is. That's what has changed with me. I want to be clear about that. But more importantly, Laura, I'm not coming for you, and I'm not coming for whatever position you have in the MAGA world. You're okay, you're gonna be fine. No need to worry. I don't know why she randomly came after me today.
Yeah.
So I did respond to her, Cenk. Let me just read that real quick. There's no need to panic, Loomer. I'm not eyeing your role in the MAGA universe. No need to air out unhinged paranoid thoughts because you and I are very different. Aside from moderating on a few policy issues, the fundamental difference between who I was in 2016 and who I am now is that I'm way more skeptical of narratives from mainstream news. More importantly, I approach ordinary people from varying perspectives from a place of compassion and open-mindedness. Because if I'm sowing anger and hatred, who the hell?
This reads a lot like the statement the guy from Papa John's read right before he had to resign as CEO.
Am I to point fingers at others for being toxic or divisive? In other words, I'm trying to cultivate the opposite of what ideologues like Loomer poison this country with, but I will give her credit for the bold decision to go after my looks.
Damn, shots fired. Okay, so let me regulate on the things that that I know and care about. So first of all, this whole thing that everybody does, like, oh, you guys make so much cash at
I wish.
at Young Turks, brothers and sisters, we ain't there, man. Okay, the digital media is
Yeah, it's because you're running your organization into the ground, and that's why she's constantly incensed by the fact that Hassan's hauling in like $250,000 a month.
super tough, and we don't have daddy warbucks like everybody on the right wing has, right? Where billionaires are dropping in money left and right. Now, don't get me
What Jeffrey Katzenberg literally donated, literally invested in the Young Turks. You quite literally do have daddy big bucks coming in to help you.
Yeah. Well, he's not giving him any more money. I imagine he lost his ass on that investment.
You're wrong. I believe that we're going to be the #1 news network in the whole country, not just online, not just YouTube, but the entire country. And at that point, I'm
going to start for the Knicks at center.
I hope that we'll make a lot of money. Then you can come for us on us being having a lot of cash and all that stuff. And I look forward to your hatred then, okay? But can you save it until we actually make some goddamn money? Okay. There's
Also, yeah, that's a
people
great
that work
point.
here.
Shout out to another account, 420. They're literally sponsored by Polymarket right now, which is a project of Peter Thiel, or at least he's an investor in it. They call their freaking studio the Polymarket Studio. Now, Cenk will say live from the Polymarket Studio.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh,
you didn't
dude,
know that?
Okay, might as well call it the crypto.com. Like,
Yes.
what the fuck? That's
And
hilarious.
yeah, and he then has the gall to turn around and say that we profit massively off of our criticisms, Zach, even though we don't take a freaking dime of sponsorship, corporate or otherwise, and we get hit up constantly every single day. We see emails in our inbox from pretty well-known
Ridge Wallet.
Yeah, Ridge Wallets, Monster
A
Energy,
mattress company,
etc., etc. Tons of fucking companies. We turn them all down, even companies that are far more progressive than Polymarket. And then Cenk wants to turn around to, oh, you know, we're poor beggars over here in independent media. Hopefully someday we get rich. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. This is such trash. And you want to call yourself a populist? Fucking taking Polymarket money? Pete, fuck you, dude.
Oh no, it's gonna get better, guys. Don't go anywhere.
And we all care, and we're all trying to do the right thing, and nobody's getting crazy rich. And so look, anyways, that's the thing that both the right and the left hit us with no information at all. None, zero. They just both make it up.
And it doesn't matter how many times I'm open and honest about why I changed my mind on a few issues or why I've matured when it comes to certain areas of politics. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People just want to sum it up as, oh, it's a grift. It's a lazy way of refusing to address the substance of what I'm saying, and it's pathetic. I can't stand it.
You should probably go on with Silly and Billy soon.
Who cares?
And I know, but it'll be great because they're like, oh my God, you lie about her, we lie about her. Cool.
Oh, bro, he loves that bit. He doesn't know how to be funny. He doesn't know how to do comedy. He doesn't know how to come out here and start making a little bit of a rant about it. These guys are no, he can't do any of it. He has no riz. It's so still. And he watches our content and he's like, oh man, these kids, they're eating my lunch. What am I going to do? I'm going to make fun of the fact that one of them has long hair, like I'm the dad and Leave It to Beaver. Are you kidding me? Cenk got out of his time machine, walked into Crypto Arena Studio or whatever the hell he's a Polymarket, whoever the highest bidder was this week. And he's like, I know, Ward Cleaver is going to be the one that dogpiles these guys. Get out of here, bro. Retire. Hang it up. You're done with. You're finished. You've got no sauce, brother. Please, it's humiliating. Do it for yourself, not for me. I'm feeding off of you. Okay, I have to go stand on my feet for 8 hours if you don't keep making delicious content like this for me to mock, for me to hysterically roast you. I'm not that funny, but you make it so easy for me, Cenk. 55,000 people came to watch me talk about how shitty you are at your job. Okay, and here you are, richer than me, complaining you're poor to an audience of people who most likely have an average wage of $15 an hour. He's going to be like, guys, I only made 300 grand last year. That's poverty wages in California.
Yeah. And also keep in mind, guys, this segment is not about us. We have nothing to do with this segment. It's about Laura Loomer, some unhinged MAGA bitch that came after Anna Kasparian. And somehow now they're, 9 minutes into the video and they're back to shitting on the left. Okay, this is a story about MAGA loser Laura Loomer, and all of a sudden here we are, and let's talk about Silly and Billy again. Let's relitigate some bullshit, which again we're more than happy to see. We're more than happy to see, guys.
Keep it coming.
Yeah, it pays our freaking bills, to be quite frank, like Zach said. But like. This is crazy. What does this even have to do with anything? Pretty crazy stuff, guys, but let's keep going and let's relive that one more time.
With Silly and Billy soon.
Who cares?
And I know, but it'll be great.
That's the substance of what I'm saying, and it's pathetic. I can't stand it.
You should probably go on with Silly and Billy soon.
Who cares?
And I know, but it'll be great because they're like, oh my God, you lie about her, we lie about her. Cool. All right. So, and then they'll become like right wingers to spite you.
Maybe.
Probably.
I
But
wouldn't be
anyways,
surprised.
So look,
Dude, every
back to the other things.
accusation is a confession, guys. Every accusation is a confession. Do you know what they did? They became right wingers to spite Hassan. They became right wingers to spite young people like us who said, you know what, Cenk, you're dead wrong about Russiagate. You know what, Cenk, you're dead wrong when you decided to bust your union at TYT. You know what, Cenk, you're dead wrong when you decided to run for president with a no plan. You're dead wrong when you decided to endorse Rick Caruso for mayor. You're dead wrong when you started fear-mongering about homelessness and you started fear-mongering about ending cash bail, which is actually a benefit for working class people. Okay? You're wrong, and it's humiliating.
Yep.
Oh, no, we know for a fact that they watch regularly. Like, I have it on very good authority that they watch all the time. And I know for a fact Cenk watches all the time. Cenk's probably watching right now. Hi, Cenk.
Yeah, what's up, Cenk? But yeah,
Cenk and I are gonna have a boxing match one day. That's gonna be it. It's gonna, like Mike Tyson. He's gonna come out in a diaper, and I'm gonna be the young gun, and he'll be the old man that's ready. You know what I mean? That's what you do now, right? You're the young gun that's 26 years old. You go out and you fight a 60-year-old man. Cenk used to. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, I wouldn't fight Cenk, but Cenk used to threaten to fight people all the time. Like he threatened to fight Joe Rogan.
And this guys.
What did she say? This make-believe guy, Jeff. Look, we're not like everyone else in media. We don't lie about everything. And I guess that's their assumption, that whenever they tell a story, they just made it up.
Oh, and by the way, sorry to break in one more time. We're going to let this play out, but that's total bullshit. They lie constantly. In fact, I highly recommend you guys check out this new video from a YouTuber whose name is Jose. I believe that's how you pronounce it. And he did a really, really wonderful breakdown of the lies spread on TYT concerning the Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment complexes in Aurora, Colorado. I just linked to that in the chat, guys. Right now, we can't react to the video because this YouTuber prefers that streamers wait about a week until the video's out, like wait a week later to react to it. But this video is amazing. It's better than anything I could ever articulate. And there's a deep dive into the receipts here about how Cenk and Anna undeniably spread right-wing propaganda at best, racist lies at worst, about these Venezuelan gang members in Aurora, something they still have not corrected nor retracted. Yet they have the gall to sit here and act like we spread lies on our show, and that, other platforms spread lies, but not them.
And not only that, but in real time, as soon as that came up on the Vanguard's feed, we were live on air and we debunked it immediately. We said, this is horseshit. This is fear mongering. This is not true. We can easily Google it and people will be like, oh yeah, this footage is not from this. And oh my gosh, they're not Venezuelan gangs. And actually this is a slumlord that owns this. And actually this is a landlord issue, right? We unpacked all of that for you guys live on air in real time. And I'm sure this Jose guy goes on a way deeper dive than we did, but we could smell bullshit immediately. And the Young Turks has not run a correction. They haven't said a single, oh, we're sorry. Like, hey, we do care about crime, but sometimes we're a little overzealous. And this one turned out to not be true. Everybody makes mistakes, right? But no.
Yeah. And again, watch that video, guys, after we're off air, obviously. But put that in your bookmarks and check it out because, again, it's undeniable. Maybe you hate us. Maybe you think we're full of shit or whatever. You're not going to walk away from this video unconvinced. I promise you, it's damning shit. It's like just as bad as when Jimmy Dore totally fabricated that story about the vaccine and Sean exposed him. Do you remember that?
I do.
Jimmy had to blame some sloppy, stupid producer. This is a very similar moment for the Young Turks because Jose here just undeniably exposes their bullshit, which again is especially infuriating now that Cenk and Anna want to sit here and act like, oh, everyone else in media lies. We're the only ones you can trust. Yeah. Or we're the only one. Yeah, we're the only ones.
The only truth tellers.
The only truth tellers.
Only sane ones left.
Yeah.
Why do you need to make up a guy like Jeff? There's like a million guys like Jeff.
I didn't even expect this clip to blow up. And then Jeff saw it. And Jeff was like really touched by it because he didn't even know that I was having these internal thoughts.
Oh, is that what Jeff thought? Okay, so and then Laura, don't get into the looks. What are you, nuts? Don't.
Whatever.
Okay.
I don't want to get
All
into
right.
it either.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I did say that that was
anyway.
rude. I did say that was rude. I said, wow, I was like, I'm not trying to be a misogynist, but it takes two women start fighting. Oh, the look card comes out. I'm like, that's not like I make fun of Cenk. The first thing I'm like, you're ugly. Like that, not exactly the first thing that's gonna come out of my mouth.
And so, look, most importantly, so why am I against Laura Loomer? Because she's on the right, she's MAGA, she's Trump, etc. No, Laura, look, I come from a Muslim background. You call yourself a proud Islamophobe. Okay, you say that no Muslim should be able to hold political office. I ran for political office. You say that you wouldn't use a Muslim business like an Uber driver or a Lyft driver if there's a Muslim immigrant driving. I'm a Muslim immigrant. So what do you want me to say, Laura? Oh, Laura's so lovely. She liked to ban people like me and she hates people like me. Am I supposed to be open and warm and loving to you? No, I need you to go and F off and super hard, okay?
Bro, you were just saying the right wing is more inclusive, welcoming, and warm on Twitter because Elon Musk responded to you. What? What?
Okay, so if you say, oh no, I should get to punch you in the face politically and rhetorically, but you should kiss my ass. My answer to that is hell no. Hell no, okay? So if you don't like me, good. I don't give a damn. And I'm not here for friends. I'm not here for positions or status. I'm not here to be, oh my God, Donald, go along with me. Oh, can I come on your trips? I don't give a.
This is absolute insanity given the recent evolution from Cenk on the whole tagging Elon Musk on Twitter, tagging Don Jr. on Twitter. We were just talking about this shit. Here's Donald Trump Jr. saying that we should limit generals. That's a policy that we've been pushing for and gotten nowhere from the Democrats on. Tweet after tweet after tweet from Cenk like this, where he's very, very clearly trying to kiss the ring of MAGA and shitting on the left in the process too, saying that Democrats would never be so warm and welcoming. Now, which side is more open and inclusive? Which side is more welcoming? And which side tries to drive you away if you disagree even a little with orthodoxy? Bro, that's Laura Loomer. Now all of a sudden you want to turn around and act like Laura Loomer is not indicative of the same people you were just giving credit to? No, they're one and the same, motherfucker. Just because Elon Musk responded to you on Twitter instead of Laura Loomer, just because he's richer than her, is that what this is about? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? This is so incoherent from Cenk Uygur. I really don't understand where he's even at right now, man. It's really bizarre.
Well, it's a politics of self-victimization, right? It's I am always the victim. Whether I'm being attacked by the right or the left, I am the victim. And then it's response to that. You have to constantly criticize other people for attacking you, and then you feel morally justified to attack everyone else because you feel like you're constantly being attacked. And instead of just being a rational individual that lets some criticism go and indulges in other criticism, you're like obsessed with it. And so you're constantly trying to exonerate yourself and let everybody know that you're the actual victim in every single circumstance. It's like, no, guys. It's not us. Laura Loomer, okay? She's a crazy MAGA person. So since you guys sided her, okay, you can't possibly be making a good case against us. That's laughable, okay? Because you guys think that, Laura Loomer came after Anna Kasparian. Oh, so now you're going to engage with MAGA? Only I'm allowed to engage with MAGA. Only I'm allowed to talk about Elon Musk and Don Jr. Only I'm allowed to talk about how they're actually interested in doing a Department of Government Efficiency, and they want to help. They want to let me in charge, okay? Because it's a self-serving politics. In the same way that full-on right-wing politics is a politics of resentment, so is Cenk's politics. And that's why when the rubber hits the road and it actually does become like a real class situation, like, are you with the workers or are you with the bosses? Cenk knows where his bread's buttered. He's with the bosses, baby. He don't want that union. He don't want his workers to get a raise. No, he wants his payout at the end to be a higher dividend. He wants his stock value to go up. He's a businessman. Last year on Thanksgiving, we watched him argue with Hassan about it.
Yep. And while he's out here, spinning his yarns about populism and corruption and all this bullshit these days, keep in mind, guys, it wasn't that long ago that he was running for president himself and said on Crystal Kyle and Friends that he would take billionaire money. Go back and watch our video about it. They ask him, would you take billionaire money? Would you take PAC money? And he says, yeah, damn straight. I need it to succeed, just like every other candidate. So immediately he throws all those principles out the window when it's him in question, just like he did with his union, just like how he handled the labor situation at the Young Turks, despite pretending to be pro-union. But let's finish this out, guys. Almost done here.
About Donald Trump or Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. I'm here for policy, bitch, okay? And policy means fighting for the average American, for the higher wages, for their health care, for paid family leave, anti-war, money out of politics. And I don't get into the drama of who looks better and who doesn't, who's gonna kiss up to Donald Trump more and who's gonna kiss up less, and who's getting the cash? Who's getting the cash? Go chase after whatever the hell you want. But we're in the policy business here. And until you get your head out of your ass, I don't give a damn what you think. Thanks for watching the Young Turks. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's pretty funny too, because if you look at their comments, pretty mixed reaction, I would say, from the comments. Actually, some people, most of the people giving Anna credit are now right wingers, which is pretty predictable.
That's pretty telling.
But here's an interesting one. Can someone recommend me a channel where the hosts are not narcissists, where they don't sucker me in with promises of news and branding like Home of Progressives, and then instead give me updates on their personal social beefs? Again, at least we're honest about the fact that we dwell in the realm of drama.
We're not a news show.
Beef. Yeah, exactly. But this guy's totally right. TYT does call himself a news show. Cenk was just bragging about how we're all about policy, bitch, or whatever he said. And that's their shtick, right? But this guy's totally right. Even in a segment which is supposed to be a news story, they're getting sidetracked into personal beefs. They're like performing their outrage against the left when they're supposed to be talking about like crime statistics or something. They're like, see? This proves us right. See? That's what the whole show is now. It's crazy. And a lot of people also in their comments are calling out Anna. Trump supporters love being the victim, and Anna is helping with their victimhood. On point. Let's take a look here. Anyone notice that those who throw out the grift accusation are themselves the biggest grifters? Dude sees a hot chick lifting a bike up the stairs and drops everything he was doing and offered to help. That makes him a good guy. LOL. Jeff was trying to get some.
If Jeff exists, that can't have been that far from his mind, right? One day Anna's really unhappy with her partner. Jeff's the nice guy that's been waiting all along. Men are dumb. That's how we think.
Yup. Absolutely. So again, mixed comments. Some people definitely agree with Anna here.
Maryland Management. Laura Loomer, that was funny.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. But yeah, pretty mixed stuff here. I saw a couple people even giving credit to the Vanguard. I don't know if any of those are going to pop up right now, but shout out to the comrades who left pro Vanguard comments in the section. I did see your guys' comments. Maybe they've been scrubbed by now.
I think that I heard that that's the test for all the interns at TYT during their indoctrination process, as they have to, hate watch all of the individuals who are mean and rude to Anna, and then make sure always that there aren't any comments regarding us in the TYT comment section. Otherwise, they're instructed to turn off the comment section. So we don't want to see that happen.
Yeah. Here's one that I did find. Can't wait to see Silly and Billy's response to this. The Vanguard lives in Cenk's mind rent free. Again, this was not a segment that we were in any way relevant to the topic. They just decided to go off and discuss our work. But yeah, shout out to Simba Freeman, among other pro Vanguard commenters that reared their head in the TYT comment section. Really appreciate that, guys. Same with all you folks who like to bring us up in the live chat on TYT. I've noticed you as well. So shout out.
Risking your access to the chat, braving the brigade of TYT moderators. They don't have real moderators anymore. You're waging war against the bots, and that's a war fought for the people. So shout out to all of you guys.
Shout out.
Silly and Billy the goats, no cap.